All right, so we've got some big news coming in here. So it has been declared that, based on the 100% reporting that has been reported, all the precincts are in, is that Pete Buttigieg has won the state delegate equivalent count. Now, of course, Bernie Sanders demolished in the first popular vote round by 6K votes, and in the second round by 2.6K votes. All right, so he maintains his 1/10 of 1% lead, and his total state delegate equivalent number is he's up by 1.5 SDE. Now, the satellite caucus 100 came in with Bernie at 60.8 and Buttigieg at 8.0. Now, there's some conflicting claims about whether or not there's more precincts to come out of Satellite County 100. Tough to tell right now. But CNN has declared Pete Buttigieg the winner, and Bernie Sanders' campaign immediately responded to this. So they sent out an email basically where the headline reads, News, Sanders campaign declares victory in Iowa and releases discrepancies. And basically, the Sanders' senior advisor, Jeff Weaver, basically released these fixes. Because as I was telling you guys, it was threefold. It looked like the counties that were coming for Bernie were in Bernie areas. That satellite county was crucial. And then on top of that, there were corrections that needed to be made. And so they list off a ton of corrections. I think 16 corrections or something like that. And so that amounts to about 2.5 SDE, 2.5 state delegate equivalents. And so that's enough to overtake Pete Buttigieg's lead by a whole SDE. So they have not yet corrected these numbers. A lot of these numbers don't make sense. For example, and you can check these yourself, go to the Iowa Democratic Caucus's party website, look at their numbers that they have. Go to Des Moines 14 and look at how they, for some reason, gave Warren double what they gave Warren what Bernie was supposed to get. So I think he had like 2.789 or something, and then he was supposed to have an extra 0.2789, but they gave that to Elizabeth Warren instead. There's also an area in which Buttigieg got a portion that Bernie was supposed to get, and so that's a net. As you guys know, it's a shift, a swing, which is crucial. So Bernie has won this election. He swept this election. He won the popular vote in both rounds. The first one he won decisively, beating him down. And then, when it comes to SDEs, he also won. But I have a serious question, and everybody's asking these questions, including Nate Cohn from the New York Times. He's saying, why the fuck are they releasing these results if they haven't even done these very easy corrections? Okay, Nate Cohn from New York Times is calling this out. And essentially every media organization has put out a piece saying, hey, these results are wrong. Steve Kornacki from MSNBC put one out. NBC is not announcing a winner. AP is not announcing a winner. CNN put out their own piece pointing out the discrepancies and the incorrections in this. Same thing with New York Times. They did the same. So all of this shows that Bernie Sanders has won in the SDs. Now the question is, why is the IDP/DNC, the Iowa Democratic Party, and the Democratic National Convention? Because if you don't know, the DNC took over vote counting duties a couple of days ago, like 3-4 days ago. So they're the ones running the show here. And as we know, DNC does not like Bernie. In fact, they have two people who are simultaneously working on Michael Bloomberg's staff and also being on the DNC Rules Committee. So that's a clear conflict of interest, very obvious. Tom Perez was in the Obama administration, conflict of interest once again. Bloomberg bankrolling the DNC, conflict of interest once again. If you recall, Pete Buttigieg was in those secret DNC meetings where they were trying to recruit someone to defeat Bernie Sanders. So, it's literally like, it's insane. And want to know the funniest part? So do you want to know when they released this? Today was CNN's second day of a town hall, and both Bernie and Buttigieg were going today. You want to know when they released these fake numbers? They released these numbers right after Bernie Sanders, his town hall was finished, and right before Pete Buttigieg's town hall started. So it's getting to the point where it's like a movie. Like it's like something you can't even make up. Like it's insane just how asinine this stuff is and how ridiculous this is at this point. It's like, seriously, what are the odds of all of this shit happening? If you don't see what's going on here and the obvious overt attempt at trying to kneecap Bernie Sanders, I don't know what would possibly give you that or what else you would need at this point. But they're going to have to make these corrections. I don't know when they're going to make these corrections, but Bernie Sanders has clean swept. They're trying to cheat him out of a victory right now, and they're partially succeeding. He's already been thieved of the momentum that comes with that, as well as Buttigieg has also seen a bump in the polls in New Hampshire after winning Iowa, so falsely, of course. So, fuck the DNC, fuck the IDP, fuck Tom Perez, all of them. Screw them.